Welcome, everyone, to the What's Left podcast. My name is John. I'm here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band of podcast, adding our voice of resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. We start tonight with I I don't know. We're never intended to be a breaking news channel, but it has to be addressed because we are implicated in a potential wider war in the Middle East now, as Israel has gone and bombed nuclear sites in Iran, in and around Tehran, the capital. Um, Earlier in the week, it's been mixed messages coming from the Trump campaign that they would know about it or wouldn't know about it. Um, Publicly, Trump has said that he was against it for the most part, although he did also in public say, well, maybe it would help. Privately, it was also reported unofficially that maybe he thought he was trying to get Netanyahu to start this war. He wanted this. Uh, so who knows what the actual truth is? Getting to the truth of anything is almost impossible in this administration, especially when it comes to foreign policy. That is what we know so far. Senator Marco Rubio did also say that the U.S. was not aware of the attacks, but early reporting said that they were or that they weren't. So your guess is as good as mine, but it's more fucked in the Middle East as Israel continues to be a fucking pariah, and we continue to be a pariah right along with them.
Because as we've learned, the USA will back Israel in whatever they do.
Yeah, yeah. You can't go through the fucking drive-through without them being like, "Would you like to add fries?" And also, do you support Israel's right to be a state? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I don't know. Yet, I was early on, and we were gonna do a regular show with the three different topics. There's just so much going on, though. We've got to address it all. I'm tired of this idea that everything is a distraction from the bigger story, when in reality it's all one story. We talked about the Brad's term is going to be the inhumanity of people, like it's just the lack of empathy, lack of humanity in human beings, and honestly, that is going to be the through line to all these stories. We're going to talk about basically what's been going on all week and mostly in the past 24 to 48 hours. Um, and through it all, uh, one of the most sad and common themes to all of us really is just how little humanity there is. The nation of Israel has set up those. My turf was going to be the setting up of these aid distribution centers to just essentially put them in a bucket so they can shoot them. I mean, hundreds of people have died already uh, to Israeli fire, just trying to fucking live, man, just trying to eat. So yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, it's uh it's all pretty shitty. And adding the international news doesn't help any because today Christy Nome took her wig and rolled off to California to play. Um, I don't even know what you would call it. She decided to hold a press conference in a federal office building where the senators of that state have offices. Um, And in that press conference, she began to say that she was there, that the federal government that was there to liberate California from its duly elected representatives. I don't know I know when a state rebels against the federal government as a civil war. Does anyone know what it means when the federal government wages war on a state? Is it still a civil?
Uh, I think it's authoritarianism. I don't correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's authoritarianism.
That sounds right.
I
That
think
sounds,
that's what it is.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the fucking word for it, I'd imagine. Um, yeah, I mean, it was already fascist as fuck that they had these National Guard there. I don't know if you guys missed this or not because there's just been so much going on. But as we know, the National Guard is not allowed to act as police, but they were caught detaining civilians. They passed them over to law enforcement, but they were caught detaining civilians. That is an illegal act. They were caught breaking a real law. One of the most important laws that we have in this country, posse comitatus or some shit. Don't ask me to
That
pronounce it correctly.
was
Okay?
pretty close.
It was all right, right?
Pretty good.
I only heard it 15 times today, so
And practiced it 17 times in the mirror before we ever started this podcast.
Potassium carbonate.
I got close. Got close. I got a lot closer to pronouncing it correctly than they got to following the law. How's that? Um, that is one of the most important things that we have. One of the most important laws that we have in this country. That the military can't act as police against its own citizens. It's just, I mean, for so many reasons. And to have that law already broken, like, it's just wild. And can I we play a little? I got a little videos of why our military has to be in California though, because I want to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, there is definitely stuff going on. I don't want to be like one of those people who just won't recognize that there are protests. So pretty
God, I
violent.
can't believe these evil criminals are running amok in our streets like this.
Yep. Yeah, I can't believe they only sent 700 Marines.
No.
Fucking unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. They find these few isolated incidents of violence or unrest or rioting or whatever, and they will just cram them down your throat and justify why they needed to bring the Marines in, even though that doesn't happen. That's not a thing. And President Trump brought in the National Guard without the governor's request for it. Also, not a thing.
No.
But they'll convince you because five non-driver cars were lit on fire that all of them are bad. That the 3 million people in LA are burning it down.
Yeah, and there is a pretty fucking good chance that those cars were lit on fire by flashbang grenades, which would have froze the car and lit the tires on fire. So there's an equal chance. I mean, they're the ones throwing around live ammunition. So it is more likely that the National Guard set fire to them, or not the National Guard. Excuse me. We are not the right. We do try to tell the truth. Um, the
Local law enforcement. Yep.
LAPD was firing around these
Yes.
flashbang grenades and tear gas, which
Hmm.
I think is fascinating that that's a war crime. And if you do it overseas, but here in LA,
And the LAPD had yet to call in the sheriffs for reinforcements. They hadn't even called in the sheriffs yet.
no. They said that they were there was on he was on CNN, the captain. He said we were nowhere near that, and they have a protocol, of course. Like why wouldn't you, right? Um,
Makes sense.
right.
But if he didn't send him over there, LA would be on fire.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yes.
act right away like this, would have been completely on fire.
Trump compared it to when the wildfires were burning homes. That's what it would look like.
Mm.
Which is
That's our
sick.
president.
What's so fucked up about that? So many things. So many things are so fucked up about that. First of all, that there's natural disasters going on everywhere, which he's doing nothing to help. Right? He said that the states would have to do it themselves. And then he said maybe they can help each other. And I thought to myself, yeah, they could get together and form like a federation. And they call it the federal fucking government, you goddamn moron. Like, it already exists. Like, that's what FEMA is. And so it's so stupid to me. He's not helping them already. And then, in addition to that, the National Guard, who should be fighting forest fires in San Bernardino right now, have been pulled to sleep on the fucking floor at the YMCA. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fucking problems with that. So that really pisses me off. So, not all protesters are assholes, and not all pigs are pigs.
I want to say
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there too.
That was a good video.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that if you are destroying public property or you are hurting police officers or law enforcement, then you should be arrested for that because
Yeah,
it's a crime.
you will
It's a
be.
crime. See how easy that is for us as left leaning human beings to just be like, hey, if you break the law, you should be in trouble for it.
Yeah. That's fine.
Like, you know
And
what
you
I
know
mean?
what? There's probably plenty of people out there though too who, when it comes to like minor violations like graffiti or kicking over a sign or whatever, like don't kidnap people.
Yeah, simple,
You know what I mean? Like don't kidnap people. There are a lot of people out there who
simple.
are doing minor vandalism, and I don't blame them at all. Like how on earth you shift the focus to that when you are kidnapping motherfuckers off the street, ripping I mean, I'm not. This isn't hyperbole. This is the pornography that MAGA watches. It's babies being ripped out of the arms of their mother. It's kids screaming and crying. It's snot flinging sadness everywhere, and they love it. They have no sense of empathy or humanity for anybody who is not within their immediate circle. One of their favorite things is to ask, how has Trump's policies affected you directly?
He started a podcast, bro.
Oh man, no, listen. The thing is I don't have to be affected directly to start to realize that things are wrong. I don't have to wait for them to come and get me to know that them coming to get my brother is wrong. Like I
Never once in my life have I walked into a voting booth and voted for me. When I vote for we every single time.
Yeah. And I honestly I do it on a almost on a selfish kind of level because I know that a better society benefits me every
Simple,
time.
simple,
Every time.
simple.
Never will me helping somebody else out do me any harm.
Not
Never,
once.
never.
Never has anybody gone poor from giving.
No, it just doesn't happen that way. So if your neighbor gets their student loan forgiven, you shouldn't. What about me isms?
Yeah, exactly. Great. All right, you buy the pizza tonight.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank
Uh,
you. That's
that
wonderful
one's
for
a little
you.
touchy. I'd be a little bit. I'm only
Would you?
human. I'm only human.
Oh man, I
But
say cancel it all.
Yeah.
my neighbors was like canceled, and mine's like sitting there and be like, ah, shit.
Well, that's why it has. And that is the broader thing. Is like the problem isn't that these program. The problem is that like these programs should be more expansive because when you like let's say you just eliminated medical debt and student loan debt, you pump tons of money into the economy. One of the main
So
things,
much.
so much money into the economy. It wasn't the $1,600 checks that changed people's lives during COVID. It was no evictions. It was no student loan payments. It was no medical debt. It was expansion of Medicaid. The reason that people are nostalgic for the Donald Trump era was because it was the most socialist this country has ever fucking been.
Ever.
And we were happy.
Mhm. We felt free.
Just living our life. You know what I mean?
Felt so good.
Yeah. And then they come back and somehow Republicans get all the credit for doing all of the Democrats' work in this thing. And they decide to put the Republicans back in charge. And the Republicans, the first thing they did was try to start rolling back Medicaid. And now you see them going even further and further to the point where they're eliminating Obamacare and the subsidies that help make it affordable. So even if you do pay, so if you don't think that the Medicaid cuts, for instance, affect you because you're not on free health insurance, well, guess what, pal? They're cutting the subsidies that make your insurance affordable too. So your insurance rates will go up.
Hmm.
It never hurts to care about somebody else. But yeah, it really should be. So the Medicaid for all works better when it is just Medicaid for all. When you start to figure out like who deserves it and who doesn't, that's when things get dicey.
If you have a pulse, you should have access to healthcare.
Amen.
And
I mean,
also, we
if you
should never
don't, you
be
should probably
gambling with someone's lives and saying one's more valuable than the other because they can afford health care. That does not prove a person's worth in this world. If you can That's ridiculous.
No, it is absolutely.
That should not be a debate.
It isn't. And the only reason that it is a debate is because of the fear of the uber wealthy here who know how fucked they would be if they had to enter the regular healthcare system. Because the regular healthcare system is trash. Especially because they tend to love to live in red states, depress the people who live there, pay no taxes, suck up all the fucking money from the big cities for their subsidies to pay for their fucking home. Every time a hurricane rips down their summer home in North Carolina, FEMA comes in and fucking helps them out.
Right.
Yep.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Fucking A.
And they should. Because
Yes,
it's
they
an
should.
unfortunate event.
Yes, they should. But it shouldn't be. They shouldn't
However,
be able to find tax shelters in every red state in the fucking country.
Exactly. However, if Billy Bob's trailer gets blown away by that same fucking hurricane, then his should also get rebuilt.
Fuck yeah. And nobody should be mad about that.
Right. It seems so simple.
No. And you know what else would help? Is if instead of giving Billy Bob another trailer, we built Billy Bob a home with the foundation.
Perfect. So no more hurricanes can wipe him out.
Yeah. There's a neighborhood in Florida that is a gated community where they have storm hardened it. They're able to go out like the day after a hurricane because they have the proper drainage. And it's all enclosed. That's how rich people operate. They would rather close the rest of the world off to their conveniences than pay fucking taxes. They will pay double to keep other people out. And that's a problem. And it's not, that problem is not just that's a class problem. That's not a liberal conservative problem. All people with money usually prefer to live away from the rest of society. And they have the sway, so we still have no universal health care or anything like that. But it has to come. It has to. Because this stuff is not sustainable. After Kristi Noem threatened to liberate California from happy dancing, Alex Padilla, the senator, one of the two senators from that state, tried to ask questions at that press conference and was shoved out and then arrested. We have that video as well. I'm going to play that and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Remember, it's Padilla number 4.
Yeah, let's see. Sir, hands up, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to.
On the ground. On the ground. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go and stand behind my back.
All right. Cool. One hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
That's a senator of the United States of America. If you're not outraged, you have lost the fucking plot, my friend.
Yeah. That was the end of democracy as we know it, really. It really was. Because in order for democracy to function, you cannot have this happen without serious consequences. You have to have the checks and the balances, or this democratic republic is toast. Because the whole thing is based on one power will stop another power if it gets out of hand. Congress is the power, and Congress will do nothing, even to help one of their own. And that's fucked up. Watch that man get dragged out, pushed to the ground, and arrested. That's a United States senator. That is his building, his federal building, in California. So what are the MAGA lies about this? How do they try to spin it? Immediately and quickly. One, they said that he did not identify himself.
Very clearly heard it in that video.
Yep. So that one's easy to debunk, right? So they didn't recognize him right away. But he
Very
was
clearly identified himself in the video.
right. So, um, yeah, he was causing a disruption.
Okay.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You guys
Oh,
rioted at the Capitol building, but tell us more.
right. Yep. 100%. Um, one of the Tim Miller of the Bulwark was addressing this, and he said that like having worked for several politicians, what you would normally do in a situation like that would just be like, okay, Senator, if you just let me finish my answer, you can have a seat in the front row, and we'll address your question next. We would not throw another member of the government out of a press conference.
And also, how do you not know the senator to which the building you're going to speak at?
It is that was the other point I was going to make. It is literally their security in that building's duty
Yes,
to know. That is
exactly.
their job. If they didn't know, that is dereliction of their duty. So there's no gray area here.
It's just they're so quick to spin it, brother.
Yep. I actually was watching CNN earlier, and Aaron Burnett had on some former Republican governor to like give the spin, and she actually this is mainstream news. She actually told him, she's like, you know that's wrong, and he like gives this like sheepish smile, and then just stops talking, and they go and interview Alex Padilla. Like, how do they live with it? We just talk about the lack of humanity. The fucking entire country is at stake, and you are willing to call yourself Christian and then lie. This for what? For what? For what? For hate? I just it's fucking. I don't know, man.
That is their all of their hatred is veiled through Christianity. They will quote parts of the Bible that fit their story,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will push that narrative the entire time. Although they've never read the Bible, they just saw a meme of one,
Mm.
and they're like, "This sounds correct. Let's do it. Let's do it." Because if they read the Bible, they would understand that the words written in red were not up for interpretation. Um, they were spoken directly from Jesus Christ. They are Him speaking to the people. That is not up for debate. The other parts of the Bible written by man, possibly debatable. We could probably have a discussion about whether or not that holds any legitimacy. The words of Jesus Christ, maybe not.
Not to a Christian, they shouldn't.
You know, that's what I mean. It seems pretty cut and dry. Like, there's one boss, and what he says goes. Seems pretty simple, dude. Pretty
Oh,
simple. Pretty simple. To tell me that the Bible tells me that you should abide by the law of the government of the land. That's what they tell me. People should abide by the law of the government of the land. Yeah, that's cool. Is that how you also felt about segregation and slavery? Or we just abide? Is that how you would have felt then? Is that how you would have felt then? Answer the
oh
fucking
no,
question.
it 1,000%
It
is.
1,000% is
A
exactly. But
thousand
I just want to
percent
hear him
is.
say it. I just want to hear him say it. That's like, no, it's cool, dude. It's cool. No, dude, no.
Was Frederick Douglass's autobiography required reading for either of you? Did you ever have to read it?
No.
Okay. At the end of his
This
autobiography.
boy did so much prison time, bro. Read everything.
No, I did not sit down and read that book. No.
It's tiny. Everyone should read it. Seriously. It's like maybe 100 pages. Um, and on the back of it, though, he describes his slaver's mentality. And he would literally read them the Bible before he whipped them. Like, so this is not new. This is just an extension of that. JD Vance was on a podcast with Theo Vaughn, and I've mentioned it already, but I didn't listen to it, but I just can't seem to stop hearing about it. Apparently, at one point, he pointed out that not every person who fought for the Confederacy was a monster. Brother, you're wrong. Anybody who fought for the right of a human being to own another human being profit off another human being, and then whip that human being is a goddamn monster.
Monster.
Full stop, bro. It really ain't difficult. It really ain't. This is like you went to fucking Yale, like, and whatever. You're a moron.
They'll tell you that it was about state rights. It wasn't about slavery. That's what they'll tell you.
Yeah, which is they'll tell you that while there's the Department of Homeland Security has a press conference in a state to tell the state that they're removing their governor, and they're not leaving until they do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, states' rights. Suck my dick. You are full of shit. Every last goddamn one of you. So fucking stupid. Also, Jesus hung out in the desert with like 12 dudes. He probably wasn't like anti-gay. I'm just saying.
The Baptists sure do think so. They're riding this wave. They're riding this Trump wave, and they are pushing hard.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
The anti-gay hatred during this Pride Month has been pretty over the top. They definitely feel empowered by this. Like this, I mean, this happened the first time around. This is how the George Floyd protest started in the first place, because cops were feeling fucking fresh. They felt brand new, like they can go out and start being that again. So this kind of what's happening now too with the gay community during Pride.
There was battery acid thrown at a trans woman off the bus stop by 3 young men. None were arrested. Still not categorized as a hate crime because there's not enough information there.
Yeah.
And at least she does have a GoFundMe and she's raised money. And we're so happy.
That's
Good
good.
for her. I'm so happy. She's in good spirits and everything. But just. And then there's more. There was at the Washington World Pride, there was a 15 and 16-year-olds stabbed. Luckily, they both survived. And then another man shot in the foot at this Pride event. The park was gated off and they didn't reopen it until Saturday. They had to fight to get it back open. And none of it was categorized as a hate crime, and no one was arrested. So
Naturally.
I don't want to assume but like it looks pretty obvious to me that these are hate crimes. I don't know.
No, I mean it seems like they're targeted at them for one specific purpose.
Right, it's like you didn't care who you threw battery acid at the face of? Like you weren't.
Yeah. No, my purpose was to go out and just throw battery acid at somebody.
Right.
I didn't care who.
Multiple people getting off a bus. You chose her for.
Yeah, dude. It's like a grenade.
Yeah, like.
I don't really care who the grenade hits. I'm just throwing this motherfucker.
I had it. It's been sitting in my closet. I just wanted to pull the pin and throw it, okay?
They shaped it like a baseball for me and everything.
Yeah. Dude, what did you do to your light?
My wife did it.
Okay.
Did you like it? I was trying 7 ring lights.
That was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was my wife's high beams.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Literally a garage band.
Yeah, we are the garage band of podcast, brother.
Yeah, if it sounds like we're coming to you from a garage.
I am.
We are.
In a house that I purchased, in case you want to call me some leftist fucking living off the goddamn government.
Oh,
yeah. About this motherfucker. I got a fucking mortgage just like the rest of you.
I sleep at the YMCA.
Yeah.
I sleep with your dad.
Shit. Your worst nightmare. Oh my god.
Because we're talking about that, my whole thing that I've realized with this immigration stuff, now that it's back at the forefront.
Yeah.
Number one, everything that we're dealing with is overwhelming, brother. There are times where I just see news and this is how I feel. Like right here. This is how I feel. Like it's just so overwhelming, and we're constantly inundated with stuff because everything is happening so fast. But one thing that has stuck with me through this immigration situation and the protests that are taking place is that people don't care. Like there is a large percentage of our population that actually does not care about our population at all.
No.
They don't care what happens to you, because it's not happening to them. And that's becoming ever more apparent every day. To the point that if we are really headed toward an authoritarian government and we are really headed towards a dictatorship, if that's really where we're heading, they will have supporters. Like, even if we completely leave democracy, if we completely leave democracy, okay, and we go to a completely authoritarian government, there will be a group that is resisting this, and there will be lives lost. That is a real thing. If we go to an authoritarian government, there will be legitimate people who fight this.
Yeah.
However, there will be a large group of our population that does not fight it at all, and in fact embraces it because they think that that is what America needs. They think that like they need something different, and Donald Trump is that answer. To the point that they don't care if you die along the way.
Yeah,
that's really how they feel.
To be fair, he's really good. He's a very negative human being, so he can find all the problems. He just does not have any solutions. And that's why people like him.
He has no solutions. But what we're seeing is Donald Trump implements the military and the National Guard into California.
Yeah.
And there are people basically telling the Marines to boot up and take out American citizens.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Marines out there celebrating it too.
It doesn't. I don't understand how we've fallen so far away from like united we stand, the United States of America, that this is what you think is a good thing. You're telling Marines to kill American citizens because they share a different viewpoint than you.
Listen, I shouldn't be rooting for the Marines to kill anybody.
Anyone, brother, anyone.
Even if they are illegal immigrants, we're talking about a piece of paper. We're talking about the difference between it's a nothing burger. And then this I want to play this real quick. It's 15 seconds. This is AOC pointing out the hypocrisy of even the legal versus illegal argument. And what the Trump administration is doing is even the people who are legal, they're removing their legal status so they can call them illegal too.
Hear about how this is about illegal versus legal immigration. They are attacking legal status and removing legal status. The Republican majority is anti-legal immigration in the United States. And I want to make that very clear, and I yield.
And that's the point. It's just about the hatred. They don't care. And they, to your point, Brad, they continue to rally around it. Every time the goalpost moves, they're all for it.
They do not have a belief system outside of what is being told to them. Yeah. They do not have one. They've lost empathy for others. They've lost the whole plot of a rising tide raises all ships. They've lost that whole entire plot. And now it has become Donald Trump is the only man that can save us. We have to believe everything he says. We have to do what he tells us to, so we can be good little boys and make it into the promised land where Donald Trump says everything's going to be better. But nothing is getting better, brother. Not a thing is getting better. And they don't understand that all they have to do is come to our side. Brother, we want you here. Come on in. Am I upset that you voted for Donald Trump? Yeah. But can we stop it? We absolutely can. Come on, now's the time, brother. Now's the time. He walks y'all into circles every single day, and y'all keep defending this man. Right now, today, Donald Trump did a press conference where he said, maybe I shouldn't be actually deporting the people that are working on the farms and the people that are working in service businesses. Like that's literally what he said. Like, what do you mean, brother? You just put the National Guard on American citizens and the Marines on American citizens, and now you're saying maybe we need to rethink this. What?
Yeah. The polling numbers were atrocious.
Atrocious.
Of course people don't like this. But where the fuck are you? You know, and I'm not just talking like Saturday at the protest. I mean, where are you every day? Like, now here's something. Being raised white, I didn't always used to say something. Okay, I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of letting things pass among groups of friends and just ignoring it and letting it go past. When I was younger, when I was a kid, it happened a lot. And they would be like, I would just let it go. I didn't say anything. That was forgivable maybe because I'm a kid. But I'm not a kid. And nor is this in any way normal. It's not excusable for me to know better and not say anything. And that's true for everybody. Like, if you have the opportunity to say, at very least, this makes me uncomfortable. when people start this fucking rhetoric. Like, you have to say something. A
Anything.
U.S. senator was arrested for no reason today. Was today for no reason. Judges, fucking mayors. I mean, it's beyond out of control. Like, you really, and they're renaming all these forts after Fort Bragg. You've got at Fort Bragg, which they renamed, and they keep doing this thing where they rename it. They give it the old Confederate name, but they name it for some obscure, usually black member of the military. But they keep the Confederate name. But Donald Trump said it out loud. It's not about, I don't know why they're doing that. I guess for the troll. Because he said at Fort Bragg that it was about restoring the names of the Confederacy. These are the same hateful, inexcusable people, the monsters we were talking about earlier. This is the same monster. This is what they would have. Honest to God, they don't think, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be all about race. It's a class thing. But they believe that they are on a level where the rest of the population is meant to serve them. And that's fucked up. That's some backwards.
You are simply a worker bee.
Yeah.
That's all you are. You are a worker bee.
If they could replace you with a robot, they have said out loud over and over again that they absolutely would.
Yesterday. They would have done it yesterday.
Yeah. The only reason they haven't is because they can't.
Right.
You are merely a worker bee. It is no longer left or right. It is authoritarianism or no. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Would you like to live under a dictator or no?
Yeah.
We're watching it happen in real time, and we're watching Americans defend it in the name of making America great again while turning their back on American citizens.
Turning their back on American citizens, turning their back on the Declaration of Independence, the whole reason for our existence. To live under a rule of law rather than a rule of man. Can't have that if you're just if you flaunt the law to just do whatever the fuck you want with.
I don't understand how this immigration thing has just risen to the forefront of everything because it's escalated to such a ridiculous number because they were doing so poorly in terms of actually deporting immigrants. And they said, well, it's because no one's crossing the border, no one's coming here. And then that lie didn't work out. So then they had to do whatever they could. So they made a scene because they have to appeal to the voters. Look what we're doing, because they have now rebranded hatred as patriotism, as, you know what I mean? That's just flat out what it is. Because I was fortunate enough, I asked my dad today, this morning, because I wanted to talk about this on the podcast. I asked my dad when we immigrated to America, when my family immigrated to America. My family immigrated to America, and my dad said roughly the late 1880s to 1890 is when we came to America. Is when my family came to America. Surprisingly enough, it was quite simple for my family to immigrate to America in 1890, as opposed to what it looks like today for these people to immigrate to this country. So you have people that have been here for 20 years, and though they are undocumented immigrants, they've been working for 20 years in this country. They've been paying taxes in this country. They've been contributing to their community in this country. And to say that they don't belong here merely because of a piece of paper is truly asinine behavior. And it should not be. It's not a lie that people should believe. Like, are you hearing this? Like, are you hearing the guy, like your neighbor that's been in your neighborhood, living in your neighborhood for the last 20 years, helped you fix your kid's bike? That's the guy we're trying to get out of this country. Like the guy who was like, hey buddy, saw your yard needed mowed and you were out of town, took care of it for you. Like, that's the guy that you really are fucking turning your back on right now in this country.
Yeah.
And saying that they're murderers and killers, or maybe that's just all bullshit and these people are just looking for a better way of life and they don't even get the benefits we do. They just simply get to reside in America. That's all they get. They get to reside in this country and pay taxes that they don't even get to file a tax return on.
Yeah. They're happy as hell to do it. And Brad, I'll do you one better. The whole thing has always been a lie on every level. He gives out numbers like there's 21 million people came through, 20 million. It's always in the 18, 20, 30 million range. There are 12 million potentially undocumented immigrants in America.
My thing is, how could they tell us, like, oh, it's 21 million, it's this and that? These are illegal immigrants who technically crossed the border illegally. That's what they're saying. Illegal immigrants came over illegally,
Yeah.
didn't do it through the points of entry. How are you keeping a tally on them? How do you come up with that number? Like, is there just like one of those like things when you walk through the subway, like at the border, and they just do the honor system on whether or not they walk through when they cross, and then you're like, it was that many today.
No, because that's a lie too. When people come, they have
Exactly.
amnesty hearings, they have
Exactly.
courts, they have probation, they fucking have to report. We know who they are, we know where they go, we know everything about them, and they're more well behaved than American citizens because they're terrified of being deported.
Right. They didn't come here to like to plot against us. We have the strongest in the world. What are you talking about? Like I just don't understand. Like if I have to watch people keep saying these are like criminals, like what do you mean? There are criminals everywhere. I don't care what skin color, ethnicity. I don't give a shit. There are criminals amongst us.
Tell me
It is
something, Uncle
not
Sam. Are we the world's greatest superpower of militarily, or are we afraid of 13 people from fucking Venezuela?
That's what I mean. What are we talking about? These insurgents that are coming over and working in your fields because we've become too entitled and too spoiled to ever even think about working in the field for a fucking 12-hour day?
There are 500,000 open factory jobs throughout the United States of America.
Right now, 500,000. And we're going to bring back manufacturing. Don't forget, 500,000 open jobs. We're bringing back manufacturing.
Yep. Which is obviously what we need.
But these are lies that they believe, so much so that they will turn their back on American citizens. They have completely lost the plot. Brother, do I agree with what they have to say? Not even in the slightest, not even a little bit. There's not one thing that could fall on my ears that they say that I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right. Because you are fueled by hatred. And all I'm saying is, come on in. Let the big bear get his paws on you. Let me give you a hug and tell you that I swear we can fix this if we get together. Because it is not about division anymore. I don't care what you did. This is what we have to do right now to actually save democracy in America. That's what we have to do. So come on in, brother. I got love for you.
I know it's going to be tough because there's going to be brown and black people in that hug, and
I know.
gay people and trans people, and it'll be a big
I mean,
hug.
I want you all on my side, brother. I want us all to do this together. There's 300 million of us. Imagine what we could accomplish.
There are people though right now who are so filled with hate that they would rather isolate themselves from everything than try to be part of something. And it's because they have this they get their sense of community from this hatred that MAGA creates. MAGA gives them a place to go and feel like they have community, even though they all hate each other. You know?
They
Like,
would turn on you immediately.
do you think that like Latinas for Trump are like welcome at fucking David Duke's house?
Right.
Do you think that Nick Fuentes
Both of
is
who
having
endorse.
you think gays for Trump is having dinner with Nick Fuentes? You think they're going out and fucking getting cocktails together? Actually,
Right.
and they might. You know, but you know what I'm saying. Like they don't love. There is no actual love there. They're united by their hatred.
That's it. And it's so easy to see that like I just don't understand how we can't just show compassion for each other. It just seems so simple. Like I will bully them online. I am by no means perfect because there are some people that I realize that I just can't reach no matter what. But I feel like if you have any sort of morality about you at all, you could be spoken to. And if you don't, then you're a lost cause. And that is unfortunate. But I need the majority. I need you. Come on in. I need you.
We need you out there Saturday, the 14th.
I need you. If you're on the fence about it, come to our side and see if you like it. And if you don't, hate's over there for free, brother.
For sure. You know what? Walk out to a protest and see what it's like. I know a lot of, I mean, listen, and this is a serious thing. A lot of lifelong Republicans have never gone out to a protest because that's just not what they do. They go to the March for Life and they yell at single mothers, and that's what they get. Like that's their idea of a protest. It's angry. It's vicious. It feels like because I know because I've been so like we just full disclosure, and it feels like you have this crushing anxiety about like they're about to murder children in there, and like they have to stop it, and it's a real fuck fest. It's no fun. protesting for human rights, civil rights, is a deeply spiritual experience, and you should definitely try it out.
Dude, last time I went, we got in a huddle and sang "America the Beautiful." Just just regular ass people singing "America the Beautiful," because it's not violent, it's not paid for, it's just authentic American feelings, dude. That's what it is.
If I find out, Soros has really been cutting checks to motherfuckers this whole time, I ain't
I'm
gotten
being
one
so upset. I'm standing out there in the rain. You got me out in the rain. I'm not even getting a paycheck for this.
fucking thing, not a penny. Jake, you get a check? No check. All right. So
What the
listen.
hell? It's Pride Month and everything. What the
Come on, guys.
fuck? Send me
I
my
guess we
money.
can protest this too. No, I'm just kidding. Amazing. I'm so excited. I'm going to both. So there's always time for both.
Right? Why not, man?
Why not?
Because it is a good feeling. Like it's not like this is like a chore.
The way you described it is pride. Pride is love. Go to a pride event. Oh my God, you will not be leaving mad. You'll be cracking up. It's so much fun. There's so much love. Just like that. Same
Yeah.
thing. Peaceful protest.
Yeah. Speaking of peaceful protest, Trump has also decided that he is in charge of arts and crafts at the White House now too. And so while he's paving over the Rose Garden, he's also taken over the Kennedy Center. And he did actually make a pretty decent pick. I've never actually seen the musical, so I can't say for sure. I've read the book plenty of times though. Uh, and him and Melania went to go see Les Mis at the Kennedy Center. Where they were met. Well,
He brought the posse too. You didn't mention the posse.
oh, go ahead.
RFK, JD Vance, his wife, I think
Oh,
one other guy.
I didn't
They
know
were all in there.
Elon still didn't get the invite.
No, he was not, because Melania's there.
Oh, so sad. So sad. That is.
Melania was left out or was let out of her room today.
Do you
That's
think
what
she was
happened.
like? You think she was Snapchatting Gavin Newsom the whole time?
He's like, Donald, I swear that check better clear. I'm gonna be so mad I'm here.
Yeah.
No.
It is too petty even for Donald Trump to have like started this whole thing just because Melania kissed Gavin Newsom and then wouldn't kiss him. Like that's even for him. That's too petty. All right. So this is what happened at the Kennedy Center when the greatest president, everybody's favorite president, probably some say the greatest president that ever lived, walked into.
Stop it! Stop it! Convicted felon! Stop it! Felon! You don't need to talk to your number one. Felon!
Everything about this woman because she's there in her fucking jeans and t-shirt. First of all,
LA
Yeah,
Miz
Broadway show at the
at the Kennedy
Kennedy
Center.
Center. A salmon T-shirt with acid wash jeans.
fantastic.
Yeah,
She looks like she was like watching a movie on the couch and then heard he was there and ran over.
But you know what? She showed up like that, but she's my hero.
Yes, no, definitely. She wasn't the only one booing.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a pretty unique angle that the news doesn't show, probably because of the whole rapist thing. But that shit's funny.
But
Instead, you're
we
not
compared the clapping to when the drag queens found their seats. The crowds were huge. I don't know, but when the drag queen sat down, I think it was a little bit louder.
It was indeed. Actually, we have a little bit of that as well. Play a little. They also had a reception of sorts. Little grand entrance up front and center, right? President. That's what the camera fanning up was all about.
The man in the eye patch in the corner.
Where? I didn't see no
The
iPad.
end of the video.
Oh, damn.
He looks so uncomfortable.
He does. He's never seen a drag queen before. Probably like, honey, I know I just had eye surgery.
Are those things real?
Boy, they look like they're so deeply in love. Yeah, that's a crowd. Yeah, drag queen's got a better reception than the president.
So who do you guys think he's more like? Jean Valjean or
You know
what do
what?
you guys think?
I think he's most like Marie Antoinette because I think he's a fucking bimbo, and I think he thinks way too highly of himself, and I think that he likes to dress up and wear makeup, and
Then you say he's the innkeeper.
yeah,
Master of the house. Yeah,
yeah,
that
that guy.
I love that answer. That's incredible.
stealing from the poor. That's who he is.
Yeah, he's not Jean Valjean. He's not stealing bread to feed his fucking sister's kids.
Yes.
His sister's kid hates him. Mary Trump has a whole podcast dedicated to like fuck my uncle. So yeah, not that. Oh, my God, I probably envisions himself like that though. Do you think he sees himself
Oh
as
yeah.
a victim?
Oh yeah. Rise to power politically. Oh yeah.
The ashes of
Trump,
$400 million.
Mhm.
Trump said that if people protested his military parade, they'd be met with heavy force. And people encouraged it. Y'all, it's the literal First Amendment. He didn't say anything about rioting. He literally used the word protest.
Get out. He was still the biggest queen in that fucking building at the Kennedy Center that night. Still the biggest queen. He
Dude,
is
he's out of
such
control.
a fucking idiot. God, I hate him. You can't be mean to me on my birthday party.
That's how it feels. Like, how can you say that as the president?
You can't.
He should,
Because it's
right.
a
He should have said,
constitutional right.
yes, he should have said, I support my people doing their First Amendment rights as long as it is peaceful, as it should be. But no, he said you'd be met with heavy force. And then other American citizens said, yeah, actually, fuck your First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's having a birthday party.
Where were you on January 6th?
Oh my God. It's so obnoxious to hear them sit there and I don't know, carry water for this guy after the whole insurrection thing, and then he pardoned every last one of them on day one.
You don't have to do that. Right. They don't have to do it.
No.
Like, you can just say you were lied to.
Right. Christ, you could at least say, on this one thing, Trump has gone too far. You're allowed.
Get them done. Yeah.
Yeah. You can be an idiot and say, like, you know what I really love? Fake tariffs. Like, I just love the instability of the market, the fact that small businesses are closing, the uncertainty. I really love like not knowing whether or not I should purchase things. It's really great for me. But this deportation thing has just gone a little bit too far. That's okay.
Cool. Yeah.
You
Just
know?
come on in, bro. The water's fine.
Right. When it comes to the human thing,
Mm.
like maybe that's where like just
I just need you to have compassion for everybody. I don't care where you were born. I don't care. I'm sorry if that makes me a fucking radicalist, that I don't care that you were born on that side of the line and I was born on this side of the line. All I know is that if I'm carrying something heavy and you offer to help, I would take your help. And if I saw you carrying something heavy, I in turn would offer you help, because that's what it's like to be a human. That's what you're supposed to do.
yeah. If you can't manage human empathy, like just think of the money that's being spent to deport these people. It's absurd. You make money when you naturalize citizens. Fun fact.
Mm.
Like if you naturalized all 12 million ish now, you would make close to, I think it's $1.3 trillion. Yeah, if you deport them, it costs roughly the same. Like it costs a ton of fucking money. Is the point. Or you can collect tax revenue. Have more money circulating through your economy.
Right. It just seems so simple.
It is simple because, the both parties, I mean, the U.S., we believe that uh, our economy is some sort of funnel where sooner or later things will trickle all the way down to the bottom and we'll get a little piece and taste for the poor people. In reality, economies go in a circle, and it has to be money circulating throughout the circle for everybody to thrive. And so even the rich people do better when money goes to the bottom because it just goes right back up real fast.
Right back up.
Because poor people need things. Poor people will spend the money. So then that money touches multiple places on its way back to the top. When it gets to the top and it doesn't come back down, it touches no places. So the whole system is fucked and everybody knows it. And it has nothing.
No. Unfortunately, everybody does not know it, and that's why we're here.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
They don't understand the basics of the economic situation of the more money being put into the economy, the better the economy is. Like, that's just simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't understand that by the circle, the money does not have to continue to be printed because it keeps moving around. You know what I mean? They don't have to keep raising inflation because if the money from the top actually trickled down, like they lie to you about,
yeah,
because you're fortunate enough to have a job where you still have to collect fucking food stamps.
Yeah.
You should be grateful for that. If the money doesn't come back down to you, like you said, you can't spend what you don't have. If you were to give somebody a check that was rich, they would put that money in the bank. If you were to give that check to somebody that was poor, they would use that money to buy the basic necessities they need to live and continue to stimulate the economy.
Yep. And, we'll say, well, you'll just spend it on beer and cigarettes. All right, cool. That's fine because then some convenience store makes money and that convenience store spends money on their family. And then that buys money for the people that go to that store, the people who own that store to spend that money. It's just, it's okay. Like, it doesn't even matter what they spend money on. It makes no difference if they take their SNAP money and go out and buy nothing but Hostess Oreos and fucking Coca-Cola.
Zebra cakes.
It shouldn't be a moral failing of a poor person to want to send their kid to school with some form of normalcy in their lunchbox.
Yeah. Heaven forbid they get a fucking cookie or a snack cake in their lunch.
Yeah, where's the raw inhumanity in that? Like, how do you, like, those kids should be eating vegetables. What about your fat little diabetic ass? Like, fucking, why don't you fucking eat a vegetable, Linda? Like, fuck. I hate that shit. And SNAP is another great example. We're going to defund SNAP. SNAP, farmers make money. Farmers markets make money. Grocery stores make money. People get to eat. People get to eat, go to work more happy. They're more productive. Children learn better in school. Children who enjoy school more don't go to prison as much. People who go to prison don't cost society as much money.
These are not hard conclusions to come to. I don't feel like you're throwing any curveballs at me here, John.
I'm really not. I am.
So I really struggle with how they don't understand.
I don't know, dude. I'm out here throwing derby balls. I'm just trying to put them in the zone where you can hit them. Like, if I'm missing, tell me how to adjust it, and I'll lob it there, man. It's no biggie.
I mean, it just sounds like the things you're saying to me. I just don't understand how that's not just what it is. Like, that's not just that's just not the basic understanding of everyone.
Because who carries this message? We let there's just no politicians who want to be politicians. If you wanted to be a politician, like, be a politician. Talk about these things. Nobody's out there explaining the stuff. All people ever do get to hear is these brown people are ruining everything. They're overrunning cities. They overran the city of Springfield. No. They put a factory in Springfield, Ohio. White people were like, nah, I'm going to stay doing heroin. Nobody went to work. And they had to bring in people to work in the factory that they built for them that they wouldn't work in. And it brought money to the economy because things started to circulate around. Local businesses were doing better. Restaurants were popping. Sure, maybe all of a sudden there was a line at the fucking urgent care. But you know what? That shit will even out as you get more tax revenue from people who aren't getting anything back in taxes. Right. So It's just, but who carried that message? The most we can get was just like laughing at this idiot because he was telling you that the cats and dogs are being eaten. Like, that's why.
Because they didn't want it to get out that it was that they were originally put there essentially to drive a business. You know what I mean? He wanted to make it sound like these are bad people, and not an American business needed to make profit,
Yeah.
so they basically brought in people to do the job.
I don't know if Democrats don't pay enough attention to their job, or they just don't know, or they just are too afraid to stand up to Republican talking points. But they always seem more willing to accept Republican talking points and then make an argument, as opposed to just make an argument and fuck their talking points.
It's because they have no backbones. The Democrats don't have. There's not one person in a position of power in the Democratic Party.
There's no. There's no position. There's no people in period. They have a authoritarian dictator running rampant through the government and the power to stop him, and they refuse to lay a finger to even slow it the fuck down. So
yeah,
they are all spineless. They're just spineless in different ways.
That's it. It's insane to me. Like, that's where I think people get so confused, because I am not in support of a single one of these Democrats that's in office right now. You give me a few small isolated individuals.
We've got a handful.
But for the most part, if you're not willing to speak out against what's happening right now, I don't care about you. You don't care about American people. You are not for America either.
75 of you bozos voted to say thank you to ICE in a fucking bill that went through Congress not that long ago, a couple of days ago. Those people are not Democrats, they're fascists.
Simple. That's it.
That's it.
All of you. All of you.
Well, like the Germans say, if you see one man sitting with 11 Nazis, you've seen 12 Nazis.
That's it.
That's it. All right. I think that's good for that.
Good.
The fun part. I do want to remind everybody, as we cut away from the break to go to the fun part, that Walmart, although there is one of the founders' daughters is now funding the No Kings protest, is still a trash organization that ran screaming from DEI the very first second they had the opportunity to put that baton down. So you can go and fuck yourself. Walmart has devastated communities, sucked money out of the economy, and given it all to people like her. So funding the No Kings protest is nice and all, but billionaires shouldn't exist. And them's the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, them companies disguising the new DEI as employee appreciation now is also ridiculous. Because you don't have the balls to actually say what it is, and you're going to disguise it so you don't lose more money. That's ridiculous.
Lame as fuck, every last one.
Lame as shit. I'm sure they're doing the same thing. Walmart, for sure. They're so scared.
Absolutely.
It is cool we're taking down big businesses. It's pretty cool. And shit. Target's on his heels, it's crazy.
It is, man.
But really, I just want to love you. I just want to love you. I just want to love. We're not here to fight. We're not here to fight, bro.
It is so stressful to hate people.
Yeah, we're not here to fight we're not here to fight each other. We're not here to fight for food. We're not here to fight for healthcare. Like, those should all just be things that we have, because no one asked to be put here. Not a single one of us asked for this.
No. I don't recall it.
Life shouldn't be hard for anyone. No. Simple as that.
No. Not if we can do something to make it not hard. As long as there's something.
I know. I'm at your show. It ain't so. Yeah. Are we ready?
Welcome back. What's left? John, Jake, Brad. You're on the Derealization Nation Media Network. We are the punk rock garage band of podcasts, adding our voice to resistance as loud as you can. It is time for the fun stuff.
If you still back this guy, you're a boot-licking fascist. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Everybody's going to know who I'm talking about as well.
Pretty simple.
Whose was that? You didn't say whose it was.
I don't know. We follow him now on Dealization Nation TikTok.
Was that your?
Was that yours?
It's a little bonus. I had a few.
Oh, okay.
I didn't bring them all, but I felt like that's a good way. That's a good place to start. That's a good place to start.
Once again, mine's not political.
Mine isn't either.
Okay, well, who wants to start?
I don't care. You run it. You go first.
Okay. It's fine.
Jake?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Ai, ai, como um tomate com sal, né?
No.
Yo, what was that, bro?
No. What the fuck is that? Is that laundry soap?
What's the label say, bro?
It's salt.
It's salt? Okay.
Are you sure? Oh my god. It doesn't matter though, really, does it?
The echo.
You're like an empty room. Only thing in there are him, the tomato, and the salt.
You went to an abandoned warehouse to eat a tomato and the
Oh god. I love this part. This is my favorite part. What? I'll do mine when Brad's.
I just left court. I got to go meet with ICE and the DHS attorneys, which means I got myself a tuna melt, and I'm going to eat it during the meeting. I eat tuna at every meeting that ICE makes me go to, baby. This is what the resistance looks like. Hot tuna.
Hot tuna.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love petty shit. I
do too, and that was like the pettiest.
Dude, I can smell a tuna melt right now, and I'm disgusted. I'd be so upset about that every time somebody walked in with a fucking tuna melt.
I'd be a little jealous.
Yeah, I love a tuna melt, but
Ooh.
I eat it alone.
Hot tuna is truly disgusting.
Yeah, I'm like I eat it like a civilized person, in the car or in the bathroom by yourself, or wherever that guy was eating that tomato.
Oh. Echoing. I'm good.
Right.
So, yeah. So give me all of you in exchange for.
Bro, my wife is also a nurse, so I said it to her. Get down to business, sweetheart.
Oh my god, yo! So Trump wears a catheter now.
Oh no!
Did you see this?
I saw the video.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Well, let's not.
Brad,
don't do that.
What is that? What is it? This is just this fucking. What is it? What's the box on the inside of his leg then?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying.
There's a still picture of the UFC event where they're putting the belt around him, and his pants are pulled tight to his leg, and there is clearly.
And it would definitely appear as though there's a catheter under his pants.
You know what, though? You may be right. It could be a colostomy bag for all I know. So who am I to judge?
Well, I'm sure at some point, if we talk about it enough, they're going to tell you what it was. And it's not going to be either of those things to the public, for sure. No. They're definitely not going to say that out loud to the public.
Right.
But
the president likes to keep...
That's crazy. Is that why he fell? Because he was off balance?
That's probably it.
I don't know.
It was sloshing around.
Sometimes I feel like truth is stranger. Sometimes I feel like truth.
No. The president likes to keep Franzia on deck for the Secretary of Defense.
Sometimes I really feel like the truth is stranger than fiction, because everybody knows that they love to talk about Biden when he fell. They loved it, bro. They fucking loved it. And now, obviously, Trump falls. Obviously, like they're both 100 years old. Like they're older than the hills. Obviously, they're gonna have some fucking missteps.
Right.
Like they shouldn't be presidents.
No, and they both have that same like I gotta show the world that I'm still spry attitude about it. Like
Yes,
they're
right.
both running up the stairs to fucking Air
Yeah.
Force One. Like you
Yeah.
didn't see fucking 36-year-old Barack Obama running up the stairs. Fucking calm down. The
Right.
president of the states they'll wait for you. You know, like they're not gonna take off without you.
Exactly. But I feel like, are you serious? Like sometimes it just feels like the truth is stranger than fiction. Like they really focused on it, and now it happened again, obviously. And they're like, that didn't happen, bro. He didn't. Come on, that didn't. Come on, that didn't happen.
Did you see the slow pictures, just the captured ones, where his face is all distorted because of the fall?
Yes.
Oh god.
Carolyn Levitt will be like, Donald Trump was actually just attempting a burpee on the staircase, and it did
Yes.
not go as planned.
You just saw the president's workout routine as he was
Yes.
he jumped back up.
We all had a choreographed number planned.
After he had just ran a sub 4 minute mile.
Oh man. Wait, what is this other video I got here? Let's check this out. I don't know what. I don't think it's anything funny. Well, just in case. I brought it. Must be something. Oh, this was the one I was gonna share. Do over.
Let our people see!
What's the windblower for?
Just for the fucking tear gas to blow it back at those motherfuckers! If you have a fucking blower, bring it out! Push him back!
You can say something to Donald Trump right now. What would you say?
Donald Trump, you can suck my left nut, you can get out of my fucking drawer! You're just Mecca Salma Hayek when you give it the time of day! And because Claudia Scheinbaum make you look like a fucking loser!
Oh yeah, I love what the resistance looked like. Hot tuna and
leaf blowers. Yeah, dude.
Homemade riot gear. This shit's so good.
These armed protesters are out of control with their leaf blowers and megaphones, dude. So violent.
I'm loving the mega mini phones. People are just doing videos of them all the time. It's so funny. Oh goodness.
That was great. I'm glad that I checked my rundown list for extra stuff.
Well, we have to share what's good.
Yeah.
Can't talk about all that and not share something good.
Go ahead, Jake. You start.
I'll be walking several miles this weekend, and I'm really excited for every inch of the mile. I'm going to Pride, going to the No Kings. My friends are in town from out of state, nice state of Boston, Massachusetts, so I get to hang out with them a lot.
That's all.
And I got a 3-day week next week.
Ooh, dope. Dope. I got the move going on. All moving all the time.
So hell yeah, man. My man's getting to the place. That's sick.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's going to be, I get the keys on Saturday. I'll have the bed and the couch in there. And that's
all you need.
Yeah, it's probably going to be it till Monday.
And then a bag of Taco Bell and your laptop to watch something to fall asleep to.
Perfect. Yep. Gotta get the internet set up tomorrow, and we're good to go. But yeah, that's kind of preoccupying most of my time, but in a good way. I also got to go. So I'd love to do a red state, blue state thing one time because just the difference is fucking palpable. I went to our community pool, which is free to citizens of our community. It is gorgeous, brand new coat of paint. They have these cool little fucking changing stalls that have showers in the back of them, so you can get changed in a dry spot. It's connected to the shower without even leaving the shower stall. They have a little concession stand. They have lounge chairs. They've got a kids section. They've got a lap pool, and it's all free because people pay taxes here. Unlike Ohio, where you fucking might lose your car in one of the 30-year-old potholes that is still not and is never going to be paved because it's not directly outside of some millionaire's house. So, yeah, that was pretty good too. Brad.
I too have a 3-day week next week. So that's pretty dope. The pool is open. So as much as I despise everything about it, while I'm putting it together and closing it for the year, like nothing I hate more. No, bro, let me say it again. Nothing I hate more than closing my pool every winter. Oh my God, dude, I hate it. I'm like, can we please just get rid of this thing and get a hot tub? Please, I'll compromise. We'll get a fucking hot tub. No, the kids like the pool. They can have their friends over and play in the pool. So there goes Brad in November closing the pool because he waited too long and sports picked back up and didn't have time to close the pool. It's 37 degrees and Brad's fucking trying to close his pool because the fucking cold weather snuck up on him because he's a piece of crap. But we're talking about good stuff. Anyhow, the pool's open. We get to use it to swim all summer. Family memories. Excited about that. I enjoy the pool once it's up and moving again and we can use it for all 3 months that my family feels a necessity to have this pool.
Yes, those long drawn out Ohio summers.
Dude, yeah. So anyhow, 3-day week. The pool's back up and running. We got the results on the dog. We already talked about that, I think. We got the results on my
Talk about
puppy
on the
dog.
show.
I don't know, but we adopted a dog that they told us was Border Collie and Great Swiss Mountain Dog. It didn't matter. We rescued her, but it doesn't matter. So we did a DNA test, and she's actually German Shepherd, Beagle, and Pit Bull are the top 3, which never would I have guessed that looking at her face. I thought maybe Lab, and we had a lot of ideas, but we were way off. She's fucking adorable though.
She is. She's cute.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, dog's doing good.
Because diversity. That's why.
Her and my old dog are like full on friends at this point. So that's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, Maggie is still vocal, like she's growling, but she's also refusing not to keep playing with her. You know what I mean? Maggie could at any point in time go upstairs where Millie can't go to and get away from it. She knows that she's got a safe space up there, her bed, all that stuff, and she does it, and they keep playing. And now they're full on like wrestling at this point. Maggie is young again. It's cool to see.
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's cool to see. So, yeah. Yeah, life is cool. Going to play some softball with the boys tomorrow.
Life is cool, man. Life is real cool.
It is.
You gotta fight though to keep it. It doesn't just get to be this cool just because.
Right.
Because every fucking so many years, fascists like to pop their heads back up and try to ruin everything for everybody.
Peekaboo. Yeah. So.
All right. Anything else? Good. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Here on YouTube, take time, give us a little thumbs up. If you're on Substack, you can have the option of a paid subscription, which would help further this pro-democracy cause. You can buy a t-shirt on derealizationnation.com. We have them in black and gray. They're $25 plus shipping. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, Blue Sky. And until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
That which you do unto the least of thee, you do unto me.
Blessed be he.